Okay, this looks like a nice image. Hedgy baited, yeah. Okay. So good boy, they have white for white maps, yellow for yellows, and red for reds. Good. But no. Doesn't even include these. What is this shit? Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. What's the difference between... What's the difference between this and this? It looks the same. Oh, it's like slightly different colors. Okay. I see. Oh yeah, these look so much better. Tell me the best builder I'll unfollow. Patch notes. Okay. Unique atlas drops are estimates. Overlapping unique zones may or may not drop. Oh, you're talking about this. Also, they are not. Yeah. Okay. This is a really good image. Opal, marble, steel rings, and plover also only drop in the inner circle zone. So I'm talking about red maps. That wasn't the case all the time. Oh god. Is it better now?
Channel to conjure an overview. Which belts nearby enemies with projectiles that impact the ground and explode. Channeling for longer builds up stages on the skill. When you stop channeling, these stages decay over a duration.
Way too silent. I pumped it up by like 50% on my dashboard. We can make it a bit louder even. It's fine. More testing required. We can go 2% at a time, boys. Is that Still seems the same? Wait, you're saying that it sounded the same? That's not my end then it's just the this isn't updating them properly. Yeah, in that case okay, let me do it a bit more. Okay, I bumped it a bit more and let me get that thing out from there. That out, then put it into here. Okay, so now I've done everything I can do at least. If it doesn't work now, then it's definitely like I copied, like I deleted the old thing and added a new. I did a minor change. Yeah. It's like it should be like double the sound now. It's fine. Okay, boys, here we have Late Atlas. Nicely done with by Wakanding. It's good I was sleeping, so we got this done. Yes, Atlas in standard will also change. And in every other league. Okay, what kind of weapons do we have here? Team on Sulfur Vent, Glacier, Mausoleum, Excavation, Leyline, Crater, Spiderlip, Mars is Tropical. T1 Sulfur Vents. is the dream for solo self-found farming unique jewels. But you don't need to find. I mean, there's like few jewels, but then again, it's such a random thing. But that's an interesting T1. Okay, what else? What do we hear? Haunted Mansion. Always Pure Thicket. Relic Chambers. Ashenwood Grotto. T4 Grotto. That's nice because that's fusings. Cage, Fungal Hollow, Cursed Crypt. Or T5 Arcade. There's your Exalt, boys. T5 Arcade is the place for Exalt. Also, it has, yeah, it has. You can get 3 white sex. No, sorry, 2, if you're doing T5s. Okay. Minimum amount for text to speech is 1. And I believe it's in USD. Yeah, I think it's in USD. Yeah. You wanna test it? Okay, how about here? Ivory Temple, Lookout, Barrows, Arid Lake, Strand Peninsula, T4 Channel. Okay, nice. E3. Oh, I'm not even looking at if the tiers are going correct, but we can check it in a bit. Arachnidium, Beach, and Jungle Valley. I mean, these are definitely correct in T5s. These have to be 4s. That has to be 4. Yeah, this is fine. Desert, Armory, Pen. Oh yeah, but we have the list too. But last time the list wasn't actually correct on all maps. Remember the good old days when I had 1 cheer as a minimum? Yeah, I wonder why that got changed. T3 Wharf. Oh, that's even more fusings. Oh shit, thanks for the host steal. City Square Ramparts. Yo, City Square still here. T5 Boreal Chambers. T5 Mesa. T4 Field. My stream now. Okay, okay. I mean, nobody's gonna run Burial Chambers anymore since they are making obtaining Headhunter harder now, right? So, fuck that, we're going for Tower, whatever that is. Okay, let's see. Yo, I'm disappointed since this line doesn't go further. It doesn't showcase the quadrants. Like in this side. Sir, you're not showing the quadrants, and the quadrants are important for the mechanics of the Atlas. Pepe. But yeah, okay, let's keep checking. Courtyard, Dungeon, Muddy Geyser, Graveyard, Factory, Villa Necro, Academy. Okay, the yellow maps here look pretty shit. I mean, I guess Graveyard is fine. Yeah, these yellows don't look too appealing to me on the top right, top left quadrant. I mean, okay, Temple's T10 is fine. Okay, T10 Temple is fine. That's fine. And I mean, some, you know, Soul fanboys already run T14 Villas, but I'm not a fan of Villa. Scriptorium is a really nice map, but Scriptorium is not in this quadrant. Scriptorium is in the bottom left quadrant. Ancient City, Arena, and the Scriptorium, T9 Underground C. Well, I know what my T14 is gonna be. Okay. Yep, that's yeah. I think that's pretty much a given. Oh god, and T8 toxic sugars here adjacent to what the fuck? Did you just actually make toxic sewers? T8 and underground C, T9 scriptorium also T8 here, and they're all adjacent to each other. Oh my god. Fuck that though. Fuck that map. Underground ruins. You what? I think this is supposed to be river, most likely. Just I guess that's, or is it a new map? Yo, I need the map list. I need the fucking map list. Let me fetch the map list. It might be a new map. Do somebody have a link for the map list? Thank you. No. Wait. Oh yeah, there. Okay. So wait. Oh, it's overgrown ruin. Okay. 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 E9 shore coral ruins. Chateau. Okay. This looks extremely appealing for me from full self-farm point of view. I can farm shavs. I have a great T14 for getting a T15s and 16s. And a toxic sewers. Okay. I like that. Even opal rings. I don't think you get them here. They only drop in the red maps. Like you didn't find whatever it, you didn't find like steel ring in these. They only drop the steel ring and opals and marbles and blue pearls only drop in red maps. Bone helmets, crystal belts, vanguard, and the other shit drop in non-reds as well. Yeah. The marble, opal, steel, and blue are only in red maps. So if you elder this into a T16, you won't be finding opal rings here. No. No. It has to be within the circle. It needs to be on the it only native red maps drop them. What's so special about items? They're implicits. Steel ring has a crazy flat physical damage. Opal ring has elemental damage. Marble element has regen, like life regen. This is like percentage life regen. This is a pretty high mana regen. What's sad about this quadrant is you can't, like, like setting up these is you can't get bone helmets for well found. That's a bit sad. Okay, let's go for the next quadrant yellows. T10 okay, never mind. We're gonna get bone helmets from Volcano. Oh god, Moon Temple? That's no good map here, what the fuck? I wanna have a T14 Underground Sea, I wanna have a T14 Moon Temple, I have a T10, T15 Volcano, I have a T8, T13 Scriptorium, T13 Toxic Sewers. Oh my god, I don't have more T8s. Fuck. This here is looking great. Sure isn't bad either, like, you know, in terms of like progressing this shit. Coral Ruins is a really annoying map, so Volcano here as a T10 is really nice. I mean, okay, okay, I'll take it back. Volcano as a T15 isn't that great. Yeah, Chateau is pretty good. We're gonna try and get on. There's a Ghetto Arsenal, T9 Arsenal. Huh. T6 Waste Pool. Thank God it's gone. T10 Bog, as usual. Okay. T6 Phantasmagoria. There's Lab Lighthouse. T9 Lighthouse. 8-bit concentrated cells. Yo, cells as a T. Okay, I'm pretty sure my T11 is gonna be cells for a lot of builds. What are my other options? There's Phantasmagoria Waste Pool, Primordial Pool, Ancient City, Courtyard, Mud Geyser, Atoll, Maze, and Promenade. I mean, Atoll is good for getting Wind Tripper in Soul Alpha, I guess, eventually if you farm it a lot, but cells for a build that can do cells is great. Okay, I think, you know what? Probably actually not gonna have Scriptorium as a T13 then. Just have a Toxic Tubers, because cells as a T11 is gonna give me my shabs anyways. And then there are like Ghetto is okay, it's not that great, but T8 Iceberg. We have Promenade, Pier, Plateau Lava Chambers. Oh, T8 Estuary. T9 Port, Vault, Atoll, Waterways, me. Okay, so looks like I'm gonna have T13 Estuary, T13 Toxic Sewers, Underground Sea, T14. The fuck do I make a T15 at? I guess Temple. Because fuck Sepulture, fuck Coral Ruins. I don't wanna have a... I don't know if I wanna have a T15 Volcano. Geode is shit. Oh wait, Geode might actually be insane in this league. It actually just might be insane. Because of the... depending on how the Legion, the Monolith shit spawns, Geode might actually be GG. And Geode has divination card for also, yeah, if the Scarab card, okay, wherever Scarab card drops, I'm setting up my Atlas for that in Soul Self-Found, most likely, if it's in a farmable map. Like if it's not something like, you know, when all the planets are lying and it's you know, it's 13:37 p.m. on the 13th Friday, then you can find it by killing Owl at the depth 600 plus, you know. In that case, it's kind of bad, but if it's like in a map that you can actually farm, yeah. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, Geode. I think Geode has a div card that is very undervalued for Soul Self-Found. Which is the Endurance. Right? Yeah, Vivid Crimson Jewel. This has a life roll on Crimson Jewel. Yo, melee boys. Soul Self melee boys. This is a good way to obtain life rolls on your jewels and try to get something out of those. You have a trial, obviously. You get a hair mask. Which one gives the Shaper Opal Ring? I think Shaper Opal Ring is one of the Guardian fights or something like that. I don't even remember. Bazaar is good. I mean, a T10 Bazaar, wherever you are, is... I guess it's fine, but I'm not a huge fan of it myself, especially the boss. The boss room is... What do you think about Trickster Nerf? We don't know. We don't know the values of it. They didn't tell us the values, so it's hard to say. Yeah, Bok as a T15 is kind of good. I mean, it's okay at least. But I think my T15 is most likely gonna be Temple. Okay, let's look at the red maps. Top left quadrant first. T11 layer, Dig, Lava Lake, Reef, Dark Forest, Palace, Basilica, Detroit Springs, Terrace, Colosseum, University Valley. This is an interesting T11. Huh. Because you can just make a lava lake. Dude, you can just make a lava lake into T16 and then you can just run T11 layers. If you wanna farm the quiver. That's not a bad idea. Okay, what at the bottom one? Canyon Courthouse, Acid, Museum, Plaza, Crystal Ore, Colonnade, Carcass, Shrine, Core. Ugh. That's not looking that good. T11 Putri Cloister. Oof. The thing is, right, we don't know how... They said they are making the boss fights of some of the maps better. Like something like Basilica, where you have the stupid faces. If the spawning mobs actually drop maps and other loot in the meantime, it's not horrible. Okay. Like the map itself is fine, the boss is just dog shit. Okay, down here we have Precinct Shipyard. T13 Coast? Yo, what? Wait, what? Wasteland, Belfry, Caldera, Defile Cathedral, Crimson Temple, Park, Gardens. Okay. Caldera is actually a good map now, by the way. Like running through Caldera doesn't feel nearly as bad anymore. Since the change they did this patch. It's actually a really good map to run through. Wall Pyramid, Siege, Sunken City, Orchard Summit, T15 Summit. Oh god, we're back to that. Oh no. Oh fuck me. Fuck that map. Well, the map boss at least. Ugh. The map boss is just really fucking drippy. Primordial blocks. Tower. Tower stays at T13. Alright. T12 Cemetery, T11 Mall Formation. Huh. We were faster. Interesting. Man, farming opal rings is actually not a bad. Like you can run like a T12 Canyon and Courthouse aren't bad maps. Like Courthouse is actually a good map. It's just you have fucking connected to fucking Plaza. I mean, ideally I guess you would just Elder it for the high tier bases. But like a T16 Courthouse for opals is actually not a bad idea. Honestly, especially if you want to have the Elder slash Shaper ones. Did they change some of the unique maps? Oh shit, T9 Kyre Blade. Okay, that's a fucking jump start to. Oh wait, isn't that the same right now too? I think it is. Yeah, it's really good for getting your early red maps going. Detail Vault. Nobody's gonna run Vault. Fuck Vault. Okay. Man, the T6s are looking shit. I mean, I guess you're just gonna do Mud Geyser, or it's gonna be like Mud Geyser, Cells. I don't know. Atoll doesn't have any monsters. I mean, I guess T11 Waste Pool for XP is not a terrible idea. It's smaller than Toxic though. I will be having T11 cells for them most likely. When you play Grim Dawn. True TM. Just looking. Also, hey, I want to check one thing. So, one thing that this picture fails at is I'm pretty sure that dude who made this isn't aware, but I guess it's, you know, well, you guys who are here, if you didn't know yet, the Atlas being divided into quadrants is actually a mechanically important thing. So this line, I feel like the quadrant split in lines should be. I can just actually save this. Monka. Let me open that. In here. No, it's just yeah. I mean, it has pictures. It has pictures. It has pictures. Okay, so here we have. Yeah, there we go. So I would highlight this far more. Because this is an important thing mechanically in the game. And I'll explain you guys why. So when you corrupt a map, when it goes +1, it can only go +1 within its own quadrant, with the exception of Wall Temple. Every single T15 map, including shaped T15s, can corrupt into Wall Temple. But the interesting thing about this is, you can obtain like a Chimera, for example, from shaping a T15 Sepulture or shit like that. So getting into Shaper, especially in Soul Self-Found, this is a somewhat recent change. You can get the Guardian maps by shaping your shape maps, and I think this is a bug, but because of the interaction how it is right now. So you see how the maps between the quadrants are the same tier? That's to avoid the issue that if this was a higher tier map, when you vault this, it cannot go into this map because it's not within its own quadrant. Here, T8, T8, T6, 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 T8, T8, T6 to 6, T6, T8 to 8, T12 to 12, T12 to 12, T12 to 12, T12 to... Okay, never mind. I guess they still have that issue. So we're on a test. I like you guys are laughing, but the thing is, if you go now and pick up every single conservatory you have from this patch, and you corrupt them, none of them will go to Canyon. Not a single Arachnic Tomb will corrupt into Underground River. Not a single terrace will corrupt into Summit. Or Phantasmagoria into Coral Ruins. I got a 25 plus 1 outcomes. So this is 25 plus 1, so that's a corrupting. That's 12.5% chance for plus 1, so whatever. Multiply that by 8 to get an idea how many maps I walled for this test. Like 200 or something like that. So conservatories only went to Wall Pyramid and to Tropical Island. So that's what the quadrant thing is. Any map that is a +1 with its own quadrant. So you can corrupt Gauge into Burial Chamber, into Necropolis, or Overgrown Shrine, even though they're not adjacent to each other. Because they're in the same quadrant. So this is an interesting thing about the wherever the, I mean, like we should look at the recent one. So if you want to get a Wall Temple, you can actually corrupt like shape maps. Does it apply to 3-1 recipe? No. 3-1 recipe works only on adjacent maps. Yes. So in here you can 3-1 Shipyard into Shrine, but you cannot corrupt Shipyard into Shrine unless they're fixing that in this patch. But currently in 3.6 that doesn't work. What about using Harpy Orb? Harpy Orb gives you any map of the next tier. But yeah, so the interesting thing about this interaction is you actually don't need to, like, getting to T16s in Solo Self-Found is you don't need Harbier for that at all. All you need to do is kill a Red Elder, shape a T9 or T10 to, 40 and 15, corrupt it into a non-shaped version of the map in the same quadrant. So let's say that I want to farm Chimera for the claw that nobody uses anymore, right? What I could do is I spawn I get the Red Elder kill done, like in like a T11 or something like that. Let's just ignore the bug with the shaping the map for now. I'll get it. I can skip all of the map progressions here by, I shape my underground C to T14, then I just wall them, and I have outcome. I can get a T15 Sepulture, I can get T15 Coral Ruins, or I can get Acid Caverns from it. Or I guess Wall Temple. Actually, wait, no. I'm not sure if I can get Coral Ruins. You can definitely get the adjacent. Yo, somebody wanna test this? I just realized that I haven't done this test. Somebody with a bunch of maps right now who has a shaped. Does somebody run T11 Boreals or something like that? And there's a lot of maps that they can just slam corruptions on. Does the shape map only give you the adjacent, or can you give it the same quadrant as well? So I'm not actually entirely sure about that. I haven't done a test for that myself, because shape maps behave a bit differently from normal maps, so that could be a case. Anyone who just has a bunch of like T11 maps, just does some Valor from them and see what you get. If you can get only the adjacent plus the native reds. I mean, you can just keep. If somebody has like a lot of current maps, I okayed all my maps from Flashback to Michi, so I don't have any, so I can't do this. So if somebody wants to toss me maps in Standard, where I have a bunch of Wall Orbs, I hope still. Yeah, I have some Wall Orbs. Just give me like shape maps of this current Atlas, and I'll do it. We can try it right now. Only adjacent. How many? Wait, are you doing 3-1 or are you doing corruptions? Because I don't know how knowledgeable you are of this stuff. I'm pretty sure it only gives you. I actually don't remember. Got 37. It's already 34 You wanna give them to me? I can test it right now. We can test it on stream if you want. We can do some science here, boys. If you wanna see it. We only need one map to we only need one map to not go into mineral pools or whatever the other map is. So the potential outcomes, assuming it only gives the map from the quadrants, is the T12 mineral pools, T12 bazaar, T12 mudgeyser, or courthouse or terrace. No, look at maps. I'll give you the maps back as corrupted. So if you roll your maps, I'm actually giving you stuff. Okay. Oh wait, I can't do that. That's fuck. I can't do that. I'll get banned for that. I can take handouts, but I don't give you my maps back. I'm sorry, dude. People. GG will ban me, dude. Okay, so we have 15 maps. I mean, it's the chances that we even hit a +1 corruption on this is like we are expected one outcome. So. And we didn't get any? Are you kidding me, dude? I mean, okay, it's not that unlikely to not happen. It's 12.5% chance to get +1. But the expected outcome was 1. You get a course house. Yeah, you can get any of the native red maps. You can get any of... Oh god, I have so many things up here. When you corrupt a shaped burial chambers, you can get courthouse and terrace. You can get both of these. But what I want to see if you could get these. I mean, we need a lot of maps to test this with this many outcome possibilities. But yes. Let's get your maps back. Look at all of the good outcomes we had. Okay. Yeah, there's the... Wait, you only gave me non-shape ones. Okay. I wanna see one shape map outcome. But this makes sense that we're getting these, right? But this is a way to get maps in like Atlas completion, like Atlas progression in Soul Self-Found nicely if you want to. Especially for the highest tier maps. Like getting to 15 and 16 without needing to go through the tiers. Yeah, let's go. I really just want to see one outcome of a non-shape map. Because I know it's possible. Or was before at least. Are you kidding me? You're just giving me ah, damn it, dude. Dude, that's rough. Wait, how many? That's was it 3 or 4 outcomes before? This is obvious. No. This is what you do. Whatever I'm like trying to showcase right now is useful. Is when you have done Red Elder and you want to get Shaper killed. What you can do is you can shape like when you kill Elder, you can actually get a T9 and T10 Shaper orbs. So if you spawn your Elder for a museum, in example, and you get it done. No, it's no. Unless they changed it so that it actually doesn't give you a shape map anymore. But I remember Dan testing it and saying that he got... Maybe he... Fuck, where's Dan? I told him to test it, and he didn't have a lot of maps to do it. But I remember he said that he got a shape map out of it. I just find it in tier 11, just luck. Yeah, to some extent, yeah, definitely. But yeah, as you can see, you're gonna get this. So that's a great way to get... Fuck, I actually... How many... I'm just wondering how many +1 outcomes would we even need to do prove it doesn't work? Does somebody have the patch note where they... No, it wasn't patch note, it was just a random update somewhere at some time where they changed it so that you can get the non-shape ones. Fuck, did they actually change it so that you can only get normal ones? I actually don't remember. Fuck, I bought so many T11 Boreals during the flashback, but I can't remember. Will T11 shape layer work? Oh, you're talking for the... Any shape map will work for this. But I'm running out of wall orbs. I only have like 16 left. I am pretty sure you can get a adjacent, or at least you used to. It might be changed recently. I really don't remember. Okay. Like all I need to see is one adjacent for that, but it's heavily looking like that's not the case. Wait, really? Really? What the fuck? That's a decent that's some decent rolls there. Oh no, I'm running out of walls. No, no. Not a single +1 out of this. I mean, it's only 12.5% chance to get. If you have wall orbs, just wall your maps, and but then again, then we don't have the the proof, so that kind of feels bad, man. But actually, I just give you all the best. But wall orbs, just wall them. Maybe the change was actually to make it so that you can only get normal maps. I actually don't remember it, and that wasn't really a relevant thing for me when playing also for most of the time. But how the change affected T16s is T16s will never change. So that's actually that if you have like walling T16s, your outcomes are 25% chance for nothing, 25% for unaided, 25% for 8 mod, and then 25% for a reroll one like 4 to 6 mods. But yeah, there's some actually I think I need to a notepad. See what we have here. Actually, better. So T10s, T9s, T8, 7, and T6s. These are. I mean, I'm probably not gonna be. Fuck. I kind of wish that Cells was a bit higher map, because shaping Cells to T11, like if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna lose a lot of bonus. And is there any good T7s I would even want? Okay, Graveyard is good. Is that it? Just Graveyard? Why do people like Cells? It has good divination cards. It's actually somewhat good to roll, like run now. I mean, it depends on your build. It really depends on your build. But it has insane div cards. Race scores. Race course doesn't have any monsters. If they up the density of some of the layout, like layout-wise good maps, there then race course could be something. Oh, I guess Residence is okay. I'm not a fan of Residence myself, but it's not a horrible map. Nobody's gonna do T12 vault. But yeah. It's also connected to Toxic, so that makes for a good reason to have it. Because you could have influence on all of these. Nice. Man, Underground Sea it's actually in a really good spot for influence. If you get the influence on the red maps. From whites though. What? 6, 8, 10. Oof. Underground Sea is a really rough map to run with influence. Yeah, and the arcade, of course. Arcade is such a good place and such a good tier. Yeah, Phantasmagoria could be a good map. Yeah, T16 Grotto is absolutely crazy. So is Crater. So is Arcade. T16 channel for the Tabula boys. Do you guys Divines are gonna go up this league? People are gonna divining the uniques. Oh, Armory, yeah. Yeah. And the good thing, okay, the good thing about Armory too is that it's actually extremely easy to run this map with influence. Especially if they were to change how the strongholds work. But like you can have the influence in here. Actually, never mind. That's actually in a slightly wonky spot. Because this connects to Wharf as well. Okay, that's a pretty volatile influence to try to run Armory. Because so many of the maps, like so many of these three maps are connected to, like this is connected to both these, and Fields is on both Wharf and Flooded. So on a bad roll, you can lose both of them. What is the ideal? Like ideal. Okay. You know, guys, what's the ideal influence setup for a map? So you can easily run the influence. You have a map here. This is the map you want to run. Okay? This is the map you want to run. Do you hear that when I'm talking? When I start talking, let's see if it's somebody trying to break through the fucking ceiling. So yeah, ideally, you'd have two maps. Okay, let's say this side here is Elder Influence. It does not matter. What doesn't matter is, so this is Elder Influence. What is important is to have two maps on the other side of influence, like Elder Influence, to as possible Shaper Influence. That's why. That's why Burial Chamber was such an easy map to have a permanent influence on. Not from this side, but from this side. Because whenever you run this, sometimes, like, I mean, more often, Elder takes two maps. So Elder can go from, like, you take this map, from Elder Influence, it can actually, like, from this side, sorry, it can actually could take Vault at the same time, which means next time you run Burial Chamber, it will go into no influence, and then you have to run another map to get the Shaper influence back in there. But in this side, when you have Elder Influence here and you run Burial Chambers, for Elder to take both of these maps is extremely unlikely. And in the case where Shaper, when you run this into back to Shaper Influence, that Shaper takes also Vault, it doesn't matter nearly as much because you just run the Vault again. It has Influence, so it doesn't feel nearly as bad as running some other random map somewhere else and getting it empty, so you can always run it with Influence. And the chance of Shaper taking map back, like, you know, Shaper taking multiple maps in a row is far more rare than Elder taking it. So that's why this is in a pretty wonky situation here, because you can't have Elder Blob here on the top. So if you have your Elder Blob here, like, you can't do Elder Blob like this. Well, you can, but it's kind of bad, because when you run this into Elder Influence, when it takes Desert, now this whole corner is influenced. So what you do then is you have to run Armory, and then you have to wait. You have to run another map and hope that the Shaper Influence comes back. So this means that you have to switch between the map you run quite often, because the influence, like, you need to have multiple maps around it. And so there's like, okay, just have an influence in one side, like, you know, so keep one of this pen or flooded mine into influence, so you do either that or that, and then you will lock it with like something like a stronghold. Well, if you put a stronghold, well, you can put a stronghold here obviously, because that doesn't count as influence or swapping. If you put a stronghold here, it can take Wharf, which cut you influence from here, and then if you run this map, you can lose this influence at the same time. Wharf can also cut fields. City Square can cut you from Burial Chambers, which can cut you from Promenade and fields. So that is very, very hard to manage, and you have to keep an eye how the influence is spreading, or like how Shaper is taking maps away from Elder. Because if you just keep running Armory, at some point you just see like half of your influence vanish here. And then from this side, let's say we do this side, and you put a stronghold here. Well, again, this can take Warf. Warf could then go here. Boom, gone. You could go fields into City Square. Gone. Wait, don't you guys run maps with influence? Why is influence so important? I mean, you can sustain T16 without influence, but that requires you to have like a lot of sextants and using Sanamos and shit like that. Can you play strongholds? Yeah, yes you can. You can increase your odds of getting the stronghold where you want extremely high over time. I mean, obviously it boils down to RNG in the end, but Armory is a bit volatile for that. Now, Grotto, however, this is a good map. And the reason why Grotto is a good map is when you get influence, if you get influence from here, from this side, this is your Elder Influence. It has Ashen Woods and Relic Chambers. And there's two maps that, I mean, well, either of these, when if they go to Fungal Hollow, kind of fucks you up, but it's a lot better than the other place, like the Armory. And you can also get the influence in this side from this part. You can do this. Well, okay, you would have to put a stronghold here, but that doesn't matter as much, because even if wait, let's make like this. You can put if you want to do Grotto, you would put a stronghold there to protect the Fungal Hollow. You could even put a stronghold here. You could do both if you really wanted to. And now this is well nicely protected. But I wouldn't do corner for Grotto. What I would do for Grotto is just let Elder spawn somewhere here. It doesn't matter where he spawns. You know why? When Elder spawns somewhere here, none of this like is, you know, nothing is fucked up. And when Elder eventually despawns, this blob will stay. So you can actually, it doesn't matter. Like when I was farming burial chambers, T6 burial chambers, I have often had Elder spawn somewhere here, and I just didn't give a fuck. It actually strengthened my Elder influence. I need like an actual simulation to understand this. It's fine. Don't worry, guys. I'm slowly working on an Atlas guide where I actually go and talk about these shits and why this is a kind of a bad spot in general, like in more depth. Like, so Underground Sea is in a good spot. It's not a great spot, but it's a good spot. Like an okay spot, sorry. Has a couple problems. Why getting influence in Underground Sea is a bit problematic. Is if you do the corner, if you do this corner, right? Let's say that you want to do corner strat for Underground Sea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 white maps already. Okay. Elder spawns at 20 maps. So now you need to move the influence enough so you need to get influence either on this map or this map. So both of these are T8, so that's a minimum of like at least 4 maps. Like you would need to minimum get these. Okay, if you go through here, you have to have this. Because if this gets taken away, then you will lose influence from all of these 3. Because that's a choke point, right? So going from here is not a good idea. So instead, you go through here, because you have Arcade, you have Fungal, and then you get influence on this map as well. Which also means then you probably get a Spider Forest and Toxic Sewer. So this would have to be your setup. If you do a corner, this would be the base that you try to build around. But and now like you're like, okay, there's 2 maps here that you would get most often these will stay Shaper influence, which is nice. This taking this map away doesn't matter because this is safe. This would probably have to be influence too. But okay, so let's look at the number of maps we have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if Elder spreads a tiny bit somewhere while you're getting the influence here, the chance that Elder or his Guardians, if a Guardian spawns on Underground Sea, that's whatever. But if Elder spawns on Underground Sea, well, you have to kill it. So that's really bad. So and you can't spread the influence from here either. That's too many maps. So if you wanted to really try to run Underground Sea with influence, you would have to put the influence in here. And then not give a fuck about Elder spawning. Konosuke and out there since I had like 5 times an Elder influence straight up disappear. That's because you didn't even pay attention to your influence. That's what happened. That's what happens a lot of people in here, because they just didn't manage their influence. Like this is actually objectively worse spot to have your Elder influence than just have it here roaming around freely. Because when Elder spawns, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect this portion here. When Elder spawns, it usually spawns in higher tier maps. So then it's just here, then it's like whatever, be there. I don't give a fuck. Just make sure that, like, let's say that Elder spawned like here in these maps, and then he spread here on his own. Now you just have to make sure that when Elder despawns, that this is the bigger blob, because if this is the bigger blob, then all of this will be gone. So that's the only thing that you had to keep in mind. But usually the Elder spawned somewhere here, and it didn't do anything for this. But yeah. So if you wanted to do the underground sea, you would put the influence into the red maps. But the issue with that is that then you have to have this on T16. Okay, T15 works too. Yeah, T15 works too. That's fine. Not 15. Okay, T14 is bad. T14 is a bit bad because there's 3 maps here that you kind of want to have it on influence. So it's a bit yikes. You would have to run those maps every now and then. So Underground Sea is a bit of a weird spot for influence if you want to run it with influence. Okay, City Square. Yo, City Square is a good. City Square is like the Underground Sea from this side, right? If you do T60 City Square, you're good. Because you have 2 maps here. You can put a Stronghold here. And then Stronghold here. So these strongholds make sure that Warf and Penny usually keep up into Shaper influence. This setup here, where these are strongholds, or these are gonna be Shaper influence though. And then you just let the Elder bond freely here. City Square is in a really good place to farm as a T16. This is like it's not the god tier setup, but it's really good. Cells. Yo, Cells is good. Yo, holy fuck. The Cells, oh my god. How many maps is this? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yo, boys. Cells is actually a really good map if you want to run it with influence at a high, and you know, I mean, you can run T11 too, doesn't matter. If you want to farm your Headhunter, just get it through the div cards from Cells, guys. But this is like a really good spot because there's 2 maps here. You put a Stronghold here. These are gonna be Shaper influence maps, right? These 2. And then you put a Stronghold there. And it keeps up Elder from, you know, popping from here. And if you really want to, you put another here, which means that Elder will never spread into here. All places he can spread is to actually, yeah, you don't want to put it here. That's too far. Like, that's only too close to Promenade. Actually, no, you would put it here. Atoll is too close, because if Atoll takes Waterways can then Promenade, and then you have to run it again. What is the Stronghold? Type exclamation mark Stronghold. I have a guide explaining them a bit. It's an old video, but it goes over about them quite a bit. But yeah, Cells is in a really good spot. Basically, any map where you can have a somewhat decent elder blob, like this is a good, like anywhere between like 8 and 8 and like 14 or something like that is really good. And have 2 maps on the other side where you get Shaper influence to it, like Battle of the Influence. Say a map and I'll rate it. I would rate this Cells for influence map. I would say it's 9.5 out of 10. What about Burials? Where's Burials again? I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, Burials is there. Burials is a good map. Okay, Burials is a good map as well. For Burials, you get your influence, your majority influence here. How many maps is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Burials is fine. Has a lot of maps there. And you can also do Burials from this corner. Honestly, probably, yeah, if you want to do Burials, this is what you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yo, yeah, Boreals is perfect. Yeah. Anyone wants to farm Boreals with influence? Here's what you do. You get the blob on the corner. If you know how to do spawn strongholds, you put one there. Or there. And then you can put another one. Actually, you don't even need to put another one. That's enough. Yeah. Boreals is not. Boreals is. I'd say Boreals is like at least like 8.5 out of 10 in terms of sustaining a really good blob, like influence trap. How about Volcano? Volcano is okay, Volcano is a good example of a bad map. And here's why. The map that you want to run with a flip-flop is only connected to 2 maps. And those 2 maps that you need to maintain influence, like the flip-flop, are connected together to another map. This is a bad setup. But if you did want to do Volcano, you would have to put the influence in here. You would, if you really, no wait, actually give me a second. How many is this? That's like 1. You need to protect this map, so you kind of have to make these 2 as well. Because if Peninsula gets ever taken, that's gone. No, wait, actually, give me a second. The influence itself might be fine. Yeah. So if you get the influence somewhere here, you can do it. But you have to set up strongholds to make it really good. But yeah, Volcano is kinda yikes. In what map would you farm steel rings for influence? Siege. Siege. Yeah. Siege is what I would do. For if you want an elder, like if you want a shaper or elder steel ring, I would do siege. I mean, I guess Orchard. Orchard is not a terrible map. Never. Yeah, you can do Orchard. It's just all of these maps are, in terms of like the influence itself, is not the greatest. But yeah, probably do Orchard. Summit, if you don't want to kill the boss. I mean, or if you have a build that doesn't mind the boss, yeah. Another way to do is just run all of them. Literally just have these maps and then just run whatever. Just make sure that whenever you run a map, it has an influence. But Siege is not. Siege is fine. Siege is fine. Opal is Courthouse 100%. And oh god, Crystal Ore is good map too. Crystal Ore, I feel like Crystal Ore is a really underrated map. In terms, like, they have a lot good amount of monsters and all that. Okay, how about Toxic Sewer? Toxic Sewer is a map that a lot of people will want to run. Okay, Toxic Sewer is a good map. The Toxic Sewer is a good map with influence. And the fact that Toxic Sewer is a good map with influence kind of makes Underground Sea also fine, because whenever you run Toxic Sewers, you can just, run Underground Sea on the fly whenever it has influence as well. So that's fine. That's actually fine then. I didn't think about the toxic super effect in Underground Sea. But yeah, toxic is fine, right? You don't even need to go too high up here, or do you? You kind of do, because well, if you lose funnel, I mean, okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, you can do you can do corner for toxic super. Toxic is good, and because toxic is good, so is Underground Sea. Honestly, T13, 14, and then 16. Boom. Let's go. Let's go, baby. No, okay, you don't have the design. Yeah, arcade is a good map. I might actually consider making this in the 16. Because I will 100% keep this as a T14, I think. What about channel? Channel is good. It's not the greatest, but it's good. Because the two maps that you want to have influence on are these. And the map like this, like even if you lose this is gonna be fine. If you lose this might be fine. So you just get influence somewhere here. And let the influence do whatever it wants. Just make sure that whenever Elder spawns, that when it's despawns, that this area here has the most amount of influence. That's the only thing you need to care about. So let's say that your Elder spawns in these maps. In these 5. Iceberg, Pit, Conservatory, Cells, and Promenade. You want to make sure that if the influence spreads here, that this amount has less maps than this, which means that you can like randomly run like map here or something to cut it off. Or you can like kill, like you can literally, if you can manage killing like a Guardian or something like that, you just kill the Guardian. And then now you can cut, these two are like massive choke points. So it's really easy to keep in touch. How you control strongholds anyway? Like, okay, anyone wondering about playing with strongholds? You need to complete all of the 8 original strongholds, which is 1 in all of yellow quadrants. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, and then 1 in each of these. After that, they can start spawning randomly whenever Shaper Influence spawns. So what you can do, I'll just try and give you an example. Even though I have a video on this, which kind of explains it. But okay, let's say that we have influence in these maps, right? This is Elder influence, with the the gray color. I randomly I run this map. This has like Shaper influence right now, and I run it into an Elder influence. Okay. And then I run the Elder influence out of it back into Shaper influence. That cannot spawn a Stronghold, because that is not a random influence spawn. However, when I run the beach into Elder influence, and if Jungle Valley didn't have influence when I completed the beach, when this goes into Shaper influence, it can become a Stronghold. So now you can, okay, so one way to try to spawn Stronghold is to flip-flop influence on an adjacent map to the one that you want to have Stronghold on. Obviously, if you have 2 Strongholds, you need to run at least 1 out, so there's room for another to spawn. That's one way, okay? Another way, okay, let's get a... Okay, actually, how about... Somebody tell me a map, and I'll tell you how the ways you can get the Stronghold on that. Just tell me a map. Say a name of map. The Stronghold don't despawn. No, Strongholds don't despawn. Underground Sea. Okay, let's get a Stronghold on Underground Sea. Okay, this is an easy one. Well, the flip-flop that I just mentioned. Oh yeah, okay, so you can't get Strongholds on any of the Guardian maps. Or Wall Temple. Just a heads up, that doesn't happen. So, Underground Sea. So the way that I just showcased is a way to get it. But there's another way. Is Okay, that is the massive blob of influence. Okay. So if you wanted to spawn Shaper influence on a underground sea, my suggestion is you spawn a red elder. I mean, well, you spawn an elder. Actually, just spawn elder. Spawn elder somewhere, and make sure that all of the surrounding maps, so this, and this are elder influenced, and ideally connected to each other. So in this case, you would also want to have spider forest influence. I'll explain in a second why. So this map is also influenced right now. So what happens to a map? Okay, if you run a map inside Elder Influence that is not connected to any other like Shaper Influence, what happens to the map? It loses all influence, right? It just goes into blank state with nothing, right? Now this map has no influence at all. All of the surrounding maps are Elder Influence. Then you run a random map, ideally not any of your Elder Influence maps. What you can do, you can like strengthen your Elder Influence to, like, let's say that this moved into shape, like when the Shaper Influence. Run that to make it back into Elder Influence, but so that you keep the Elder Influence intact. You get to their why in a soon. When the Atlas ticks now, when you run this map, right? It is more than likely that this underground Chi will randomly get Shaper Influence, because when Elder Influence is more than 7 maps, then all of the adjacent maps that the influence will become Shaper Influence. Because Shaper is trying to battle, like, you know, fight back. So that means that this map on the Atlas tick will most likely turn into a Shaper Influence map. And if you didn't have the 2 Stronghold slots occupied, you just spawned random Shaper Influence on Underground Sea. Which means that there's a chance that it is a Stronghold. If it didn't turn into Stronghold, run it 2 times. You run it back into Elder Influence, and then you blank it again. And then you wait for that to happen. If a Stronghold spawns elsewhere, you just clear it away and keep doing that. Now, why it's important that this map is also influenced by Elder is that, let's say that we have Elder Influence like here, right? And this map is also Elder influenced, but the only connection from this map to this main blob is through the Underground Sea. When you remove the influence from Underground Sea, this will also lose influence, right? Which means that when this Underground Sea goes back to Shaper influence, and then you run it to Elder influence, this map will become Shaper influenced, which means if you run the Underground Sea from Elder influence, trying to make it blank, it will actually become Shaper, because this is Shaper influence. So all of the surrounding maps to the map that you're trying to get a Stronghold on have to be Elder influence. Does it make any sense? So basically, surround the map you want the influence, surround the map that you want the Stronghold, remove the influence from that map, and hope that the Stronghold spawns in it. Next map, let's go. Your video explains this. Yeah, it explains this strat. So next one. Steel ring map. Why would you want a Stronghold in a steel ring map? Any map that has a Stronghold in it will not be able to drop any Shaper influenced maps unless you kill the boss. And if you kill the boss, then the Stronghold is gone. That's made it so that people don't abuse, you know, they don't spawn Stronghold in a map they want and farm Shaper influenced items. That doesn't work. Guys, it's not that complicated. Lava chambers. Lava chambers is a Where is lava chambers? Oh, there, T10. Stronghold in lava chambers. Oof. Okay. So the strat that I just showcased on the underground sea cannot really be used on lava chambers. Well, you can, but it's a bit. It might be a bit wonky because. So okay, this map has to be influenced by Elder, and this has to be influenced by Elder, and these have to be connected with each other, right? Which means you have to have, well, a couple options. That, and that influenced. And most of these maps are choke points. If Shaper attacks from there, boom, gone. If Shaper attacks from there, boom, gone. 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 Okay? So that doesn't really work, right? It's pretty likely that you will lose the connection somewhere. So that's not gonna work. Now you could strengthen the influence, obviously, but you would have to maintain it a lot, right? You would have to have that influence, you would have to have that influence, and that. Wait, that too. That. And now, or potentially you could connect it from this side too. But even then, this can take this away. So it's a pretty yikes to do. It takes too much setup for what you're trying to do. So the simple way, the easy way, which might just take a bit longer to do, is you get influence. Right? You just get influence here, and then you flip-flop this map. You run this from Elder influence back to Shaper, and so forth. It might take a while, but that's how I would go about doing it. And whenever you run this from Shaper to Elder influence, ideally this would have no influence at all. So if you're a case where you have influence here, that's the Elder influence. You have Shaper influence here, right? If this is Shaper influence right now, when you go run this map, this won't go into Stronghold because it already has influence. So you would have to remove the influence from here. Well, which is easy, just run it, right? But it might take a while. But that's a way to do it. That's how I would go about doing that. But it can be a bit RNG. I mean, it is RNG. You're just trying to make the best out of the situation. You're, Stronghold Plateau. To farm influence siege. Do I have to explain fake influence now? Fuck. Oh shit. Because what Dag just said doesn't really work. If this map is a stronghold, if this map here is a stronghold, you have Elder influence on this map, and this map is Elder influenced. If you run this map in hopes of making it into Shaper influence map, it won't happen. Strongholds don't contribute to flip-flopping. Now what's weird though is if this is Elder influenced, this is the Stronghold, and you run any like random map in your Atlas, this can actually take the influence randomly. So in that way you could do it, I guess. So if you wanted to get a Shaper steel ring, you could kinda have it here, and then you just run this out of the influence every time, and then you hope that this turns into Shaper influence. Then you run it again. You run another map, see if Siege went back to Shaper influence, run it again, because this is helping it to, you know. So what you would do is you would make sure that this is Elder influenced, but if the ping pong doesn't work. But you can like run every you can run Siege every like 2 or 3 maps that way. But just running it with flip-flop allows you to run it all the time. So, yeah. You don't need to stronghold like strongholds used in flip-flop setups they aren't always needed at all. I think people like overvalue them way too much. Well, in my opinion. I'd rather just run the strongholds whenever they spawn because you can get headhunter from it. And other good shit. You get the horizon orbs, you get sextant, you get a lot of sextants by running strongholds whenever they spawn randomly. I would just always run the stronghold unless it's a very specific setup. There are setups where stronghold is nice. Also, whenever you run the stronghold, it will guarantee you at least one shaper item. So yeah, there's that too. Yeah, strongholds can drop league specific items. But yeah, okay. Winners, I guess I've been going on a non-sequitur with the winners of this atlas is definitely the lower left yellow quadrant. This is really good. The best map to the best white map to Elder based on just from like a influence point of view is probably Grotto. Channel is not bad, but it's not the greatest. Oh, Burial Chamber. Yeah, Burial Chamber is great. You wanna run T16 Burial Chambers? That's great. Also, City Square is good. Fuck, I don't know which one I would rate the best. That's a tough call between Burial Chambers and Grotto. Honestly, I would probably say Burial Chambers just because it allows you to have the corner influence. If you really want to run from that. City Square is amazing. Channel is amazing, yes. Wait, that's Beach. Post. Wait, what is this map? Wait, what the fuck is that map? Oh, it's Covs. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What do you think about Crater? Crater is also good. Crater is oh wait, for flip like influence. Crater is actually the case where I would put a stronghold here into excavation. Yo, excavation is actually a god tier map to flip flop. If you want, yeah, if you like running excavation is amazing for flip influence ping pong. Yep, this is excavation is amazing. Crater not so much. There's too many. There's like look at Spider Lade. If Spider Lair can like remove excavation and Mudgeyser both, and that means that you know influence got there. And you can't really run. You can't really run like Elder Blob in the corner for Crater. It's in such an awkward spot because I was thinking about if putting a stronghold here to make like you know kind of protect the tropical, and then just let it spread here. But whenever Mudgeyser takes away marshes, you'll lose all of this. So yeah, if I wanted to do Crater influence, I would just let the influence run free in yellow plus maps. and then put a stronghold into excavation. And stronghold random. To some degree, but you can manipulate them if you know what you're doing. So for it, oh, the influence would be something like this. Whatever from here, doesn't matter where it goes. Couple key points you need to have influence is obviously these two maps. This. So that would be your like base. And this would ideally be a stronghold here. Or here. Both fine, but I think excavation is better. And setting up a stronghold in excavation is extremely easy. This is like a very easy stronghold setup. You get the whatever blob here, right? You can spawn elder. Spawn elder on yellow maps, doesn't matter. Basically, you get the whole corner into influence. You run this out from influence, right? Because these are so easily connected together, it's easy to maintain the elder blob influence, like so that this doesn't get cut off from these. So you do the one that I explained with underground sea. Super easy. It might take a while, but it's super easy to do. Because of course there's there's randomness. And whenever a stronghold spawn elsewhere, you have to clear it, right? But yeah, it's easy. It is easy to do here. Wharf would also be a super easy map to run into a stronghold if you wanted to, or whatever fucking reason you. Yeah, Wharf is a good map for stronghold if you want to do burial chambers from here, but I would get influence in the top for burial. I'm gonna do summit with influence. Did you say you want to do with influence? Summit with influence? I hope you're prepared. I hope you're prepared. This is not Clovey brain, okay? This is not Clovey brain. This is something past that. There's you get influence on those maps. You don't need to spawn Uber. Boom, that's the Shaper influence map. Boom, that's a Shaper influence map. You might occasionally need to do Guardian. But there's your Clovey brain strat, dude. That works. Other way, just whatever, you just get influence somewhere. Doesn't matter, you get it here, or you get it here, and you just run it. Another way though, but this you can't just run summit that way. Is you just get the whole fucking elder influence blob here, right? Right? You get this into this whole fucking this quadrant into influence. You run it. You run it out of elder influence. Then you run a random map. Like you can literally just run a T4 city square. You run to the boss, kill the boss to tick the atlas, so you can then summit will most likely become Shaper influence. Then you run the summit into elder influence. You run it away from elder influence. Boom! You go to another city square. Repeat. So out of 4 maps, 3 are summits, and then 1 is a whatever throwaway map that you only use to respawn the influence there. It's a good way to get strongholds there too if you wanna attempt. Yo, that's the way to get a steel ring, dude. Shaper Influence Steel Ring. That's the way. You run Summit like that. Because whenever... And make sure that you run your Strongholds away. And whenever Summit goes into Stronghold, it's a guaranteed Shaper item. Which increases your chances of getting Steel Ring. There's also another way. But I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you were solo self-found. If you're playing solo self-found, this is a valid strat that I've actually done myself a tiny bit. But that was only to try to help map sustain. Okay, let's say that your summit has a Elder Influence. You can actually run this map permanently with Elder Influence. But there's a downside to that. And that means that you have to run another map from Templar Laboratory. But what you can do is you can snapshot the... Like you open a summit map in your... Well, you can open it in wherever you want. But open that in your hideout with the influence. Then you take any random map. I mean, you could even... You know, if you have another map that you want to run. Like let's say that you have a... I don't know, fucking Siege, for example. You go run a Siege in Templar Laboratory. When the influence, like when you complete the map, the Atlas sticks, then you go back to your hideout, you have a summit with Elder Influence, but because the Atlas stick already happened on that map opening roll, the influence won't switch from the summit when you run it. But that requires you to run 2 maps all the time, and you have to switch between Templar Lab and hideout. So that's yikes. Will it work for getting Shaper Ropes though? I actually have not tested that. It should, if the influence... yeah, it could. I'm not sure. I would have to test that. Can you? Yeah, you can literally just do that, Lost Impo. I did that when I was running T16. I wanted to run some Elder Influence T16 Underground Seas. I did that a bit. It just got a bit tedious. It's a nice thing, but sounds bannable. No. No, it's really bad. It is a inconvenience. The only thing it's good for, if you try to get Elder Influence to get more monsters for map drops, or you're extremely desperate in trying to get high item level Shaper items. That's the only good cases, really. That doesn't work with any of the bosses anymore, by the way, and Strongholds. The Strongholds get taken away by that. That doesn't work. It used to work, and it used to work for Elder and his Guardians, but it got patched out pretty quick. You could farm Elder Guardians like that. Or Elder. You could like literally open a map to the Elder, go run a random map, and come back to the Elder and run it. But it was patched out pretty quick. You think they can increase the physical damage of weapons? I mean, they are increasing the base damage of the weapons. So yeah, it should affect uniques too. Okay, is there anything else in the Atlas? I'm talking about more about influence and how to set up things on the Atlas than the Atlas itself. Yo, I haven't checked Zana mods. Yo, I haven't actually looked at Zana mods. Who would message me? Item quantity, fortune favors the brave, alternate of the same tier, shape T1, T10, wait 1 to 5, 1 to 10, elder. 2 chaos for abyss. Whoa, that's some easy freaking Abyss Jewels. Oh, never mind, they're nerfing Abyss Jewels. Never mind their shit. Anarchy. Ugh. Domination. Oh, yo, we can get the we can get the Gull mask from that. Bloodlines. Ambush. Perandus. And Beyond. Okay, so Q-Talk is fine. There's Beyond in there. Perandus is... I did not expect to see Perandus. I am sad. Where is Harvey? I want my Harvey back. Yo, get rid of this stupid anarchy and give Harvey back. I want Harvey. Harvey. We don't need Harvey. I want Harvey. I need to farm annulment somehow. That's the Harvey. Yo, where's Nemesis? Oh yeah, fuck, we don't have a Nemesis either. Shit. I guess it's good I don't need to have pick up letter belts. Do you think people have animation cancel scripts? No. I don't think you need that. No Headhunter dream. I mean, people will get Headhunter, it's fine. Annulment's price spiking coming. How would annulments go up in price from what they are now in synthesis? Or where? I don't think annulments are gonna go to the price of annulments, like a price of what it is in synthesis anytime soon. They say Harpy orbs? No, they were talking about horizons, not Harpies. Okay. I mean, it's good that having Beyond is good. Bloodlines is nice. Well, Domination is really good for map returns. Domination is really good. I guess Abyss is nice for farming the uniques. That's about it. Do we know how many of things we have on these? Is this gonna be like one Abyss? Is this gonna be one Exile? Do we have the values of those? One Abyss. Where is this information? Can I find it on... Is it Bex who confirmed it somewhere? In the thread. Oh, okay. Okay. Hello, affordable Tomfist and Shroud. Getting... This is nice for getting a Shroud is all cell phone, that's for sure. And getting jewels. Getting the T1 base jewels is actually easy now. You know, so you can get your onslaught shit and, you know, all that crazy, all that important stuff. Yeah. Wait, they nerfed the drop rate of Shroud. I don't... Wait, did they mention Shroud in the... It's not the Shroud that was... That's Eternity Shroud, not the Shroud of the Lidless that you get from Abyss. Yeah, talking about different Shrouds. Okay. I mean, it's pretty hard to really judge what's gonna be the best maps because we don't know if they're doing like balance to the like the density of the maps and what kind of map, like if they're reworking the layouts of the maps, but this here looks like a nice little place to me. I think this is if people who shape maps in Joel's Alpha, this is gonna be extremely likely the place. And like shaping underground C to T14 and toxic sewers to T13 allows you to actually have T11s and 12s as well for bonus. Like, I would not be surprised if my Atlas would look like all maps all the way to T13, sorry, T12 done. Then I have underground C and toxic sewers as 13, 14, and then have all T16s done. For getting Shaper kills. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. With what I would do. But I guess we're gonna find out. Can you guarantee what corner Elder spawns initially? Yes. Medicus label map. Reddit. How so? Oh, how to spawn influence? The first map you run the first map you run when you start your Atlas is Haunted Mansion. And then you make sure that you will never ever complete a map in the other corners at the same tier as the one you have a Stronghold currently. That's it. That way you brute force the Stronghold, not Strongholds, the Shaper influences to always stay on this side. And then eventually you get the Shaper influence in here, here, or here, and you run it, then the influence spawns here. So yeah, you run the Haunted Mansion, then you get a Shaper influence in Thicket or Alleyways. After you run, after you complete Thicket or Alleyways out of the influence, right? Then you get into Ashenwood or Relic Chambers or Pier. At this point, you can complete the other T2 maps. Because whenever you run the Shaper influence T3, it will move into T4. So if you actually completed Leyline before running the Shaper influenced Ashen, Relic, or Pier, it can actually spawn, the influence can move into Crater or Excavation. We're talking about the initial Shaper influence when you originally start your Atlas. Also, if you were to run a Spider Lair before completing the T3 with influence, it can still go into T4. But it's not guaranteed. No, you can guarantee to spawn the initial Shaper influence and Elder influence in any corner of the Atlas you want, if you know what to do. The initial, the T2 map, the T2 Shaper influence map is the first map, like is an adjacent to the T1 map that you do and talk to Sana. So if the first map you run is a Sulfur Vents, when you talk to Zana after that Sulfur Vent, you know, when you get the original map from Zana, you run these two T1 Sulfur Vents, then you talk to Zana, then the Shaper influence will be on Glacier, 100%. You should only stay up one tier in your corner. I mean, whatever the tier you have the Shaper influence on, you cannot complete in any of the other corners. Because then you run the risk of getting it. Or also, you cannot complete the next tier or the above tier. So when you have the Shaper influence, like let's say you have it on Ashenwood, for example, you can complete Relic Chambers, you can complete Pier, you can complete Crypt, you can do anything in this corner, it doesn't matter. Because if you want to keep it here anyways, right? But if you were to complete Leyline, now you have a T3 completed which means that when you run the Ashenwood out of the influence, it can then spawn into excavation or crater. Now, if you complete excavation or crater before you do the Ashenwood, it can also spawn in them. If you complete marshes, spider lair, or tropical island, so the T5s, before doing the Ashenwood, it can then also complete, like, spawn into the T4s here. What do you do if you fuck up, though? Well, it's not really hard to not fuck up, but if you do, you can just you can lock it. Let's say that you run Leyline before doing the 3 influenced here. You can just, you know, use the 3 sextants. If you have the 3 sextants, you can lock it if you really want to. But you never, basically you just make sure that you progress the Atlas only from one corner. That's it. That's how you do it. And you can only complete maps of -1 tier of the tier where the influence currently is. Completing map is making it so that it can drop your Atlas. That's what a completion of map is. That's how all the racer that is the way every single racer spawns their Elder influence in where they want it. That's how they do it. What's the advantage of completing just one corner? Spawning the influence, Elder influence initially where you want to. That's the advantage. No, you cannot. Only native red maps can drop the opal rings, marble amulet, steel rings, and blue pearls. Are you going for fingerless gloves then, or is this just an example? This is an example. Like, I was showing an example how to spawn just forget whatever the bases are. This is to get the influence into the place where you want to progress your Atlas and run your maps. Why is it better to progress this way? If you run maps in random without giving a fuck what you do, you will end up postponing your Elder influence, your initial Elder influence spawn, which also means that you will postpone getting the Shaper orbs for shaping your maps. Basically, your Atlas progression and Zona quest line will be slower if you randomly run maps. What do I need to do? Farm Boreal? Oh god. I spent quite a bit of time explaining it already. I don't want to do it again. My opinion for best corner? It depends what you want to do. Every corner is best corner if it suits what you need to do. If you want to farm the steel rings, this is the place you do. But I would say if you want to run shape maps, if you don't want to run T16s, but like if you want to run like anywhere from like T like 12 to 15 or something like that, it's probably here. Well, T14 and 13 at least. What rec one? I don't know. What would I choose is not potentially what's the optimal for trying to sustain maps while doing it or anything like that. Also, if they don't remove the bug, you can get your Shaper orbs by running only one normal red map, or maybe 2. Because you can currently shape a yellow map to red map, and you can get red Elder spawn Shaper from them. But that's in 3.6. We don't know if that's gonna be in 3.7. So yeah. Anything else we need to talk about Atlas? I think I've covered a lot. I went into the mechanics of the Atlas. This is like, this video is gonna be like its own fucking Atlas guide on how to spawn and why influence is what it is. The old tactic of shaping your elder influence works? No. Yeah, I think bottom left is gonna be the race corner for sure. Which one you will go? I mean, I don't need to do any quadrants. All you need to do is spawn Red Elder. Like, you can literally just spawn Red Elder in Museum, boom, done, you get it. Can we go over when we talk about the Atlas? I didn't quite get it. You know, this is paper. You know, we have this paper with some nice artwork, and then there's some random maps, and that's it. That's Atlas. That's pretty much it. However, if you are a solo self-found player and you want to play melee and you want to get steel rings, you should get this quadrant done. Well, at least this side of this quadrant. To get Elder Orb, you have to spawn Red Elder on T15. No. To get Elder Orb, you need to kill Red Elder. It can be T11 too, and then you kill Shaper. But yeah, for the most endgame setups, you literally just complete all the way to T15, and then you elder whatever map you want to do. What about melee minions like zombies? I don't know. We don't know. And you said something about all the people whining about caster getting nerfed. But Edie's gonna be fine. You wouldn't want to complete the Ender Atlas on, you want to farm Guardian and Shaper. Or Elder. Red Elder farmers complete a minimum of like two quadrants too. Still, if you can get Elder / Shaper steel rings, that's gonna be pretty good money, I think, in trade leagues. There are normal good mods on there too. Which map do you recommend to farm with MF? The map that you enjoy running the most, so you don't get burned out. Also, how does Warlord's Mark nerf the caster affect melee again, Tyler? Just, I'm a tiny bit curious on this, of this. Would you explain? Would you shape different maps if you would fill out Steel Ring Corner? If I were to actually try to farm for Steel Rings, I wouldn't shape maps in general that much. I would get the Elder Influence blob in here. I mean, you can shape maps, sure. Then you just shape whatever maps you want to run alongside running these maps. You know what's kind of interesting though? This quadrant is both Crystal Belt and Steel Rings. So we get the life-based melee boys with the Steel Rings. I mean, I guess ES-based too, but ES getting got it. And then we get the Crystal Belt. This is not a buff melee pass, this is nerf caster after buff caster, but yeah. Steel Rings was actually good for casters. Oh yeah, I guess. But you can also. Why would you use a fucking steel ring on it like that? You just get a 1 jewel with 1. Like you need an onslaught jewel anyways, right? Because it looks better. I mean, you just can MTX a steel ring on your current thing. Fine. You could just get a flat damage on a jewel. You need a onslaught anyways. I don't know. This is fucked up. There's also this is not underground ruins. This is overgrown shrine. This is Covs, I believe. Where's the other pier? I see this. Where's the other pier? Bottom left. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. There's a pier there and there. What the fuck? See, this is why I should do all the things myself. There's so many fuck ups here. God damn it. Okay. Where's the map here? This again. This, what does this say? That says pier there. Wait, that is. Oh god. Okay, the low tier one is pier. Okay. So what is E9? E9 maps. It's probably Arsenal then. Villa, Mineral, Underground Sea, Castle Ruins, Shore, Moon Temple, Lighthouse. That's probably Arsenal. That is most likely Arsenal. The sport is already there. Wait, did I miss Arsenal? Wait, where? Lighthouse, Moon Temple, Shore, Castle Ruins, Underground Sea, Underground River, Mineral Pools, Villa. Wait, what the fuck? Did I? Oh, fuck, there. Oh shit, you're right. Okay, what is it then? Is it Arachnic Nest then? It might be Arachnic Nest. It's probably Arachnic Nest. Yeah. Okay. This is why you don't put the tiers on top of the map. You put it like above or below. God fucking damn it, dude. Fuck me, dude. Where's the unedited image? I need to see the. See, this is why I took the unedited image somewhere. Where the fuck are you? God damn it. My Atlas folder. Do I even have it here? There you go. Oh my god, that is such a bad quality. Oh shit. Do you have a higher resolution of the base somewhere? It's not a fixed version. Wait, did they have an issue or something about? Here's a preview. Yeah. This is where I got it. This is literally. Wait, what the fuck? So this is the preview, the Bex game, and then I open it, and I'm just like, oh, there you go, finally. Okay, good. Yeah, that's Arachnic Nest, absolutely. Yeah. I wanna say this. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, I think we're pretty much going over all the Atlas shit that we had to. And I went over way too, like I went to like fucking talking about freaking Atlas mechanics and influence mechanics on this. We're supposed to check the new Atlas. I went a bit too deep on this one, I think. XP Hole, if you're talking about Elder occupying a map, not Elder influencing a map, those are two different conditions. For the Elder occupying, so killing Elder and his guardians, if you shape a yellow map into a red map, and then you basically shape another map or just run a random map, you will see the circle around the map come, indicating that it will give you the red elder shaper orbs. However, that might get fixed in 3.7, but that's how it works right now. So what you need for that to replicate that bug, if that's gonna be the case, is you need to run at least one red maps Elder Influence. For example, you run an Elder Influence Museum to get a T6 orb. Now you would have to spawn Elder in a T6 map. Elder himself, not Guardians, Elder. Oh, Cliff, this is gonna be a highlight on YouTube, yeah, but it's gonna be like fucking 2.5 hours. Or like 2 hours or something like that talking about that. Yeah, it's only about Elder. So whatever map Elder spawns in, you need to be able to shape that map. So if you spawn Elder on a T9, you need to have a T9 Elder Orb, or Shaper Orb, which means you need to run a Elder Influence T14. So if you're attempting to use that bug to get the orbs, you need to ideally spawn Elder at the maximum in a T8. Ideally T6 or 7. So what you would do for that is you just got you just influence low tier maps. Well, low to up to like T7 or something like that. But this is a way to reach Shaper map for Soul Self-One player. You run an Elder Influence T6, sorry, Shaper Influence T6 map. It turns into Elder Influence, like it gives you the first the Shaper Orb, you shape your T1 to T6, that's it, done. There you go. you look like you're in pain. Yeah, I'm just starting to repeat myself soon with all of the repeated questions. Oof. Yeah, I think all of the Atlas stuff is done now. I can't think of anything else right now. Oh yeah, I guess, if you didn't already know, all of the maps can have 5 sections. 1 plus 4 around it, minimum. Yeah. Well, maximum 5 because that's the limit. Just came on the stream, you have to repeat yourself. Hey, I'll just put it on a 2-hour plus video on the YouTube for people to watch it. Carvex XE has stopped working, please reboot. Dude, I didn't even get to drink my coffee because I've been just talking. Like literally I like barely touched this. This feels bad, man, because of my coffee. Well, this, yes, I will, all of the shapers, like all of the Atlas stuff, I'll just put it on YouTube. Atlas Guide before Legion. I think we both know that's not gonna happen. Please know what you are long. It'll be long. Make it compact. I can't make it compact. I would have to like make like, I'm not gonna make this in off stream like recording in individual set. Now I will eventually get a written Atlas guide out where you can just search whatever you want to know, but that's a while ahead still. But yeah, most of these videos actually been explaining Atlas mechanics and not looking at this Atlas specifically. Don't you need to get the 14 orb and the 15 before doing Red Elder? Nope. As long as you obtain a T2 shaper, sorry, T7 shaper orb, so Elder Influence T12 map, you can spawn Red Elder and you get all of the correct fragments. If you, however, only have up to T6, you're gonna get into some cool bugs which basically requires you to do another Red Elder fight. If you wanna obtain Elder Orb. I'm going through Grim's video right now. The thing is, some of the things I've talked about are pretty basics, but people just don't know about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Grimro goes over like what you know, MF maps he would recommend for himself and all that. Rocket science is basic. If you're a rocket scientist. No, like this here, this Atlas quadrants is basic stuff. It's just somewhat recent, so people haven't really been, you know, informed about it yet. But I'm pretty sure the corruption shit is a bug. Like anyone trying to corrupt Shipyard will never see a shrine unless they fix a bug, and I'm not expecting that to be fixed. That is like such an edge case. How come some of the maps are different colors? I'm not sure if memeing or not, but the slightly orange / brown colors unique maps, yellow for yellow maps, white for white maps, red for red maps. How do you have any video on YouTube how to progress in Atlas? Yes, I believe it's 3.5, but it's actually a very short video because there isn't too many things that you need to consider. I mean, okay, there's like some min-maxing shit that you don't really need to know in that video, like that isn't included in that video. Is it possible to use old maps in standard? Yeah, you can run old maps. Can be good. Yeah, fuck Vault. Fuck that. What do you mean yellow for real? God damn it, Crump. Stop it. Stop it, sir. Actually, guys, about the written Atlas guide, you wanna know a cool fun fact about that? Until the day that's actually released, you can blame Crump for it not to be released, or Krumpenstein here. He is the reason it's not out yet. Okay, blame him. I'm sorry, Crump. Wait, what? Why? Because I can't work on the website right now. Because I don't have access to it yet. But yeah, so we're yeah. Whew. How come I can't place more sextants? I saw someone with 20 sextants of vault. Oh shit. Oh no. How about Elder? What, did he also have an Elder loop on it? You do me like this. Hey. You started memeing about why yellow for yellow, okay? I had to retaliate. How to Elder loop? You know what's funny? You can actually make an Elder loop. It won't last for long, but you can do it. You can create an Elder loop, but it won't last for long. And it won't be very min-max sophisticated Elder loop like it was back in the day. Depends on the spawn. Yeah, obviously depends on the spawn. But it is possible. It just won't last. It's a temporary. So it's not really worth going over. Can you quickly recap the Elder Buffer, Steel Rings, and Stronghold? I don't even remember what that was. I talked about the Steel Rings twice now. But yeah, I'm going in circles now. I think this is where we'll end the Atlas talk, for now at least. I'll link the image on the description of the video. This one, with the incorrect names on some maps, but yeah, the one I basically just took credit. You won't have these things, but yeah. We looked at Sona. Yep. I'm excited for the bottom left yellow maps. That's for sure. As a Soul Self-Fun player, that looks pretty fucking good. T14 Underground C. I'm ready. I am ready. And I'm ready for the patch notes tomorrow.